Looking ahead to the trading week beginning August 4th, be on the lookout for tariff relief. The August 1st tariff deadline has passed, but the trade officials from the US and China are working to extend their tariff truce, which is set to expire on August 12th, following constructive negotiations in Stockholm last week. After 2 days of talks, both sides agreed to seek a 90-day extension of the pause on new tariffs, attempting to sidestep a re-escalation of the trade war between the world's two largest economies. Any news on this and other tariff pauses, exemptions, or trade deals should be the number one thing that market participants are watching for. Between the tariff deadline and the week payrolls number on Friday, stocks took a hit and yields fell as well as the CME Fed watch tool again started pricing in a high probability of a September rate cut. Sunday night, we have an OPEC Plus output decision. OPEC and its allies, OPEC Plus, will hold a virtual meeting on Sunday, August 3rd, to decide whether to further increase oil output quotas for September. 8 key OPEC Plus members, producers, are expected to approve another production hike, potentially around 548,000 barrels a day, similar to the increase implemented for August. The exact size of the hike is still under discussion, with concerns about Russian supply disruptions and seasonal demand slowdowns that have been happening going into the fall. Traders should also take their commodity-focused eyes and watch copper prices for any indication of a rebound from the huge sell-off that we got late last week. Earnings and data. Earnings next week. A massive amount of earnings will be released next week, with 754 companies reporting with over $1 billion in market cap. There are way too many companies for me to list out all the important ones, but here are a few of them. Eli Lilly, Novo Nordisk, Amgen, Pfizer, Gilead Sciences, Vertex Pharmaceuticals, Palantir, AMD, Shopify, Uber, Toyota, McDonald's, and Walt Disney. Economic data next week. Monday, we have a 10-year JGB auction and services PMI coming out of Japan and China. Tuesday, non-manufacturing PMI coming out of Germany, the EU, the UK, and the US, and a 3-year note auction in the US. Wednesday, San Francisco Fed President Mary Daly is speaking. There's also a 10-year note auction in the US. Thursday is a bigger day, as it has been lately. We have a Bank of England rate decision, jobless claims, productivity, unit labor costs, and a 30-year bond auction, plus a speech from Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic happening in the US. Friday, Canadian employment data and Chinese CPI is going to wrap up the week.